Hello, this is Tom with the Tractor Rescue Ranch. One of my clients that I do a bunch of mechanic work for brought this trailer by today with some of these diesel / kerosene heaters. Anyway, I don't know, evidently every time one would quit, he'd just buy another one instead of mixed with the old ones, but asked me to take a look at them and see what I can come up with, see if I can get them to work. I know very little about these heaters, so it's going to be a learning curve for me. One thing I'm pretty good at is figuring things out, even if I don't know a lot about it. So I'm not going to bring you along because this isn't a how-to video since I don't know a lot about them, but when I figure something out, I'll check back in and let you see what I was able to find out. Okay, I've got some diagnostic work done on these two bigger ones. On this biggest one, this fuel line I think was all that was wrong with it. You don't see anything wrong with the fuel line, but it's really soft, and I think it was sucking air around it because it was really loose. It's kind of stretched out and it was really loose. There's no clamps on it. It's really loose around where it hooks on, and you could see that fuel was leaking out of it. So I think it was sucking air. So I put a new fuel line on it, and this biggest one is working fine. And then this next one, I found the problem on it as well, but I haven't got it fixed. Hopefully that'll focus. There's your air pump. Completely shattered. That's just supposed to be a round piece right there. And it's got some little, I don't know what you'd call them, some little inserts that go into it to compress the air, and you can just see that that piece is just completely shattered. So I'll have to do a little research and see if I can buy a new one. Okay, I think I've got this third one figured out. First of all, the plug-in, there was two wires broke completely off, so I wired a new plug on it, and then also the motor would just barely turn. It was really stiff, so I pulled it apart, look in the air pump, and you can see how badly it's gummed up in there. Really gummed up bad, so I'll clean that up. That motor turns real free with that pump pulled out of there, so I'll clean it up real good and put the pump back in, and I'm thinking it'll work from there. Well, I got the motor turning free with the pump in there. That's fine. And then I ended up with another problem with the fuel line. So I'll have to get a new fuel line for this one as well, but it turns on and everything. It's just not sucking fuel. So I think that I'll eventually be able to get this one going with just a new fuel line. Okay, I got two more of them diagnosed. This red one, the only thing wrong with it was the fuel jet injector on it was plugged. You can take those injectors apart, clean them out, and it had a plug in it, so I cleaned that up and it worked. Went to working just fine. And then this last one, I plugged it in and it blew a fuse in my shop immediately. So I pulled things apart here, and somebody had done a bush fix somewhere along the way out in the field, probably trying to desperately try to get it going. But anyway, these two white wires and the two black wires were all wired together in one plug. So you've got your neutral and your hot that was wired together, and so all I had to do is separate them like they should be, and this one went to running. So looks like I'll have them all running. I haven't looked at this propane heater yet, but I'll take a look at it as soon as I get this one back together. Okay, just a little quick final recap with some new fuel lines and what I've mentioned previously. I got all three of those smaller heaters running and got the big one working. And then this propane heater, I got it working, and what it turned out to be, I'm trying to get this done because the guy that owns these needs them, so I didn't record it, but the igniter on it, well, the igniter itself worked, but the hole, there's a little pipe that the igniter's inside of, and that hole was just jammed up with a spider web's nest. So clean that out, and it's lightened now and works fine. So the only other thing we've got now, I'm going to just keep this one here and get some parts ordered for it and get them to him later. So thanks for watching.